Oh. Okay.
Now we're live. See?
Oh, I see it. I see it on the.
You are live.
I see it up there.
Yes, correct. Hey, everybody! It's the Aftershow.
Woo!
Woo! This week it is a part 2.
Yes.
From last week. Last week we started doing this EGM Jeopardy using review text from the April and May 1994 issues of EGM.
Yep.
Sent in by hacker alias Mr. Nelson. And tonight, friends, we are going to continue that game.
And we're doing wonderfully.
We have 500 points, and there's a ton of points left on the board.
That's true. I did, however, forget the order that we were going in.
Well, it doesn't really matter. Let's just go by the order from tonight.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter, I suppose.
Yeah, we've cleared about half the board, and we are only at 500 points.
Let's see. I think, can I change the, I can? No. Yes. I can change the
go.
order of the thumbnails.
Oh, look at that.
To the order of the.
Oh, so we just go straight down.
Just go straight down.
Just go straight down.
Look
okay.
at that.
Nice.
Technology. Helping us do our little podcast thing. All right. So I guess I'll start with, let's go.
Oh, let's say the categories again.
Oh, categories again. Yes. These are broken out by the people who wrote them.
Yes.
Or, well, yeah. The first one is Ed Semrad in quotes because Ed's reviews were sometimes written by somebody else.
Probably Andy Barron.
Daniel Carpenter, Al Manuel, Sushi X, and Major Mike Weigand.
Yes.
Super nice guy, by the way. Like everybody I worked with at EGM that was not Ed was super nice. Can I say that?
He's not wrong.
I mean, he was just not a good boss. I think it probably was just a bad situation for him to even be editor-in-chief for as long as he was, quite honestly.
It was, he was.
But a lot of people at EGM, fantastic people.
I've actually, now, I've obviously you've met Ed. Have you met, I mean, and Sushi X, this would have been Ken at this point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, this would have been Ken Williams as Sushi X, which we know him. Have you ever met Daniel or Al, or I guess you've met Mike, right?
Yes, I've met all of them. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've never...
Because when I started at EGM, this was 1994, the summer of 94, before the staff switch, before the Ziff Davis purchase, and before the staff switch.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've met all of these people.
Because I started shortly after the Ziff Davis purchase, after Ziff bought Sendai Entertainment. So I've obviously I met Ed and I know Ken, but I've never met Daniel and Al or Mike. So
right.
But I always loved reading their reviews back in the day.
Me too. Mm-hmm. In fact, on my first day at EGM, Daniel Carpenter had written the editorial in the episode or in the issue that was just out to subscribers, and I said, "Hey, man, I really loved your editorial about." It was probably about Nintendo or something. I said, "Hey, I really liked it," and he was like, "Oh, thank you." Like he never gets compliments on writing or anything like that. So that was fun. But anyway, we're gonna read some reviews.
Imagine Ed complimenting someone's work.
I can't.
No,
I can't imagine it.
No, you cannot.
Really, it was that bad?
I've been berated for my work by Ed.
Absolutely. I'm sure I've told the story how I was berated for doing exactly what he asked me to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I showed him that I did exactly what he asked me to do, he just berated me more because I didn't do it
the right way
or better. Yeah, no, Ed was not a great boss.
He was not a good boss. And I want to think that it was just the situation that was bad and not anything else, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. At least we got to babysit his kid a lot.
I mean, imagine this, though. It seems like a bad situation. Like a guy who used to write for newspapers was put in this editor-in-chief role in his 40s, mid-40s. Or older than that.
Was he?
I don't know.
He Please,
he had to have been older.
Please,
40s, right?
do not tell me that I am the age Ed was
You
when I
probably
started
are.
working for him.
I think you probably are.
Because
here's
Ed felt like he was about 60.
I know. You were absolutely right.
Please tell
right
me
there
I
with
am not the age of Ed said.
I hope
I first met him.
I don't know. I don't know. But imagine like in his position, like older and working with people who were either like high school dropouts or
was anyone
people
a
who
dropout? Was anyone we worked with a dropout?
I don't know. Okay, maybe they were high school grads. I was a high school grad.
I mean, certainly
I was not
like
a college grad.
Certainly, like Andy was working there while he was in high school.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, he did co-op. Yeah, in EGM, so he got class credit for working at EGM.
Did he really? Oh wow, that's hilarious. Yeah,
pretty sure. But I mean, imagine the situation where you're just like surrounded by a very young staff and
like 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds.
It just doesn't seem like a great situation,
right?
In general, so I sympathize a little bit, but he was over the top on a lot of things, and he was the editor-in-chief. He was supposed to have final sign-off on everything, and there were things that would come back from the printer in the finished magazine that I'd get called into his office for. It was like, but you looked at the page, you signed off on
you signed off. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is your signature on the page saying that it is okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe
there was a story that Dan Shu had written a preview of a Contra game. And this was at a time, by the way, when EGM never wrote anything in previews that was negative, right? And this particular Contra game, I think it was a PS1. The PS1
was like
Contra game,
the first 3D one.
Yeah. He wrote a preview of it that it was not positive,
right?
And I think, in fact, quoted the PR person who also wasn't like sold on the game or something like that, which made it like a double doozy, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And he got in a lot of trouble for that. But again, it was like Ed was the editor-in-chief. He saw all of the pages, theoretically.
He was supposed to have read it and then approved it before it got printed.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what things were like at the very beginning of EGM, like whether he was that way then, or if it was just like a slow march towards never playing any games and having Andy write his reviews.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sure there's got to be a story.
I remember the first, when I came in for my interview, when I was first applying for the job, and I remember he had a Bust-A-Move arcade machine in his office. Puzzle Bobble. Bust-A-Move.
For years he had that in his office.
And I was gobsmacked. I was just like, he's interviewing me, and I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. I can't believe you have a Bust-A-Move game in your office. You must play this all the time. And he was just like, I never turn it on. I never turned it on.
Never in my time working there saw him touch a control pad.
Oh yeah, same with me.
Not a single time.
Nope.
Anyway,
yes.
Now that we've smashed everybody's image of EGM, and I think we've done that several times.
Oh, absolutely.
In the course of these after shows.
But everyone else, Daniel and Al and
they were all great.
Yeah. They all loved games. They were all super hyped about them.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway. Let's get into this.
Let's see what we can do.
Danny Carpenter for 300. This is for 3DO. Oh, yes. In caps. This is how the 3DO should be. This classic game.
Now read it correctly.
This is how the 3DO should be.
Read it correctly.
Wait, what?
Come on. Let's do this.
This is how the 3DO should be.
This how the 3DO should be.
Okay. My mind just
of course, yeah.
That.
You're
this how the 3DO should be. This classic game is even better than another version. I imagine that he's doing that because of he's blanking it out. Mr. Nelson is blanking out the other version.
Yeah.
The graphics are incredibly smooth, and the cinema displays will knock your feet off. Wow. Flight simulators are a true rarity, and this fame should be an excellent addition to any. I imagine that's supposed to be game.
Yeah,
Game should be in. That might be a Mr. Nelson.
Yeah, see, I'm not sure that
know.
every typo in here is from the issue, but
I don't know.
Retyping this stuff, as somebody who, by the way, has retyped Game Fan reviews in a notepad document, I can understand typos in those. And this game should be an excellent addition to anyone's 3DO wish list. The missions are truly challenging with a lot of variety and great computer opponents. A fantastic game, 8 out of 10. It's a flight sim.
Wing Commander 3.
Oh.
That's Cinema Displays. Knock your feet off.
Yep. It has to be Wing Commander 3.
Does sound like Wing Commander 3.
Super Wing Commander.
Damn
so
it.
Close.
I wasn't sure of the year.
So close.
By the way, the cinemas in Super Wing Commander were terrible.
They're probably better than anything.
Were they hand drawn, the Super Wing Commander ones?
They were CGI.
Oh, really?
But not like you would think, like something along the lines of a Toy Story. They were what hand drawn cinemas would have been, but instead those characters were rendered in CGI.
Okay, gotcha. So they weren't like animated.
They were, but not like you would expect, like a fully animated CGI, like their mouths moved,
mouths and
their
eyes
blinked.
blinking. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
I knew it was one of the Wing Commanders.
Well, at the time though,
I'd say that was a good guess.
Yeah,
that's a good one. All right,
of course that brings us down to 200.
We're down to 200 points. Let's do Al Manuel for 300. The Sega CD. This game is probably more or a movie than you direct rather than a video game. When I first turned on the game, I was treated to an excellent theatrical score. What like in this movie? Scared the doo-doo out of me. The full motion video, although done very well, suffered a little from being too grainy, which made the characters hard to see sometimes. Overall, this is a decent game for the Sega CD. 6 out of 10.
Bram Stoker Dracula,
I would think. Yeah.
I would have to guess.
I'm thinking Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Is that our final answer?
Yeah.
Dracula Unleashed.
Oh no!
Damn it!
But apparently it was
so close on 2 of those. Minus 100 points now. Dracula Unleashed is a pretty interesting game, by the way. And, now that I think about it...
Wait, is that a different game than the Sony ImageSoft Dracula game? Am I thinking correctly? Because I was thinking the Sony ImageSoft game.
Yeah, Dracula Unleashed is not Bram Stoker's Dracula. And Bram Stoker's Dracula, thinking about that now, doesn't really show much of the movie in the intro. It's just flashes of it.
Yeah, that's little... less than 5-minute snippets.
So close on both of those.
I know, right?
Minus 100 points.
Okay.
All right,
you know what? We're going to get Sem Radical for 400. This is a Genesis game. This type of game normally appeals to me, but this game seems to play quite slow. I don't get the feeling of being in control, and the events don't seem connected. The graphics are very good, and I really likes being able to play as the British. The strategy part of this game is very well done. And if this is your type of cart, you better plan to set a lot of time aside for it, because once you start, you won't stop.
7 out of 10.
Please,
7 out of 10.
Was there like a Revolutionary War game
or like
that
Civ
came out on the Genesis?
Yeah. It's a game that doesn't normally appeal because it seems slow. So it's maybe
like
a strategy
game. Yeah.
It feels like it must be a strategy game. That's what I'm saying. Is there a Revolutionary War strategy game that was on the Genesis? Because that's the first thing that I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah.
You get to play as the British.
Yeah.
What would this be?
Crap. You know what's terrible is I'm starting to remember. Oh gosh, I can almost picture the box. I think.
Can you describe the box?
I want to say it was red. I want to say it was primarily. Hey,
Oh,
I'm throwing out what I have.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say there was a red box.
I just love that Genesis cartridges boxes were all red.
the red band,
but
no. I mean,
I know. I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, no, but not like the red band, but just like it would be like a full cover. Not with the band, but crap. I mean, it's never going to come to me.
No.
I don't know. And I may even be just pulling this out of my imagination. I have no idea. I'm trying to think of what, like, Koei games.
Yeah, well, that's just it.
Ah, man.
Like a Civilization game from the...
As far as I know, there were no Civ games.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
And I'm absolutely bringing up a window so I can Google the box art when...
Liberty or Death.
Oh, my God. That's... yes.
Koei.
Hold on. Death, Genesis. Let me see if I was right about the box being red. Oh my God, look at the box! Do a Google search for the box. Please.
Okay. I will.
Be red.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of gray in there as well, but
Yeah,
Actually, no, the
Genesis
Genesis version. Well, that's the Genesis.
It's really
version
more gray-blue.
Yeah.
yeah.
The PC version is all red.
version's red. You know what? You know why I'm probably mixing that up is because I worked
Super
at
Nintendo version.
Well, because I worked at Babbage's at this point, and I probably saw the PC version on the shelves a lot too.
Yeah.
So that's where I was mixing the two up. So
We're at minus 500 points, guys.
oh boy,
Yeah,
Good thing everything left is high value.
yeah.
All right,
this is not going well.
Let's go Major Mike Weigand for 3. This one's for Genesis. A colorful but incredibly frustrating side-scroller where you can pick from 2 characters. The control is less than precise, making those precision jumps very maddening. However, the password option helps. 5 out of 10.
Oof. Wiz and Liz. It's a complete.
My
is
mind
gonna be like
immediately went to
Sonic
Toe
and
Jam and Earl
Knuckles.
2, but
I
don't think that game had precision jumps.
No, and
no, it didn't.
I mean, they would have mentioned something in their
Yeah,
Toe Jamish.
I'm okay with Wiz and Liz because I don't have a guess.
I don't have a guess either. Wiz and Liz is what we're going with.
I don't even know if you can play as Wiz or Liz in that game. I have no idea.
Asterisk the goal.
We were never going to get that.
No.
We never.
Absolutely not.
Never
Minus
were.
800 points.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Let's do Sushi X for 4. The Lynx. There we go. For a racing game, this game really disappoints. I was never a fan of the other versions of this one, but I found the perspective disorienting and the gameplay unresponsive. I was also annoyed by the blurring of the graphics. It was hard to see what was coming and exactly which vehicle was mine. The Lynx system can surely do better than this. These racers on portables never really worked. 4 out of 10.
Hard driving or race driving, right?
Well, hard driving is terrible, but not being able to tell which vehicle is yours is kind of a weird thing to say about hard driving.
That's a first person.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Oof.
I want to say like Road Blasters, but not 1994. That was.
I don't know. The Lynx version might have come out then.
But even then.
Oh yeah, other versions of this one. Okay, yeah,
because there are certainly other versions of Road Blasters.
Blurring the graphics, hard to see what
really fits.
Coming.
I thought Road Blasters on the Lynx was actually pretty good.
Was there a top-down racing game on Lynx?
Try
a Spy Hunter,
like a Super Sprint or a Spy Hunter or something.
Super Sprint. That sounds.
It wasn't Spy Hunter, but you know what?
Ooh, what about Ivan Iron Man Stewart's Off Road? Is that on the Lynx?
I don't think so, but I think Super Sprint was.
I think Super Sprint was.
Yeah,
because that would make sense, right? It'd be easy to lose your car in a field.
Easy to lose your car.
Yeah. You want to say Super Sprint?
The perspective is disorienting.
It's top down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say we go Super Sprint.
Okay. I say we go Super Sprint.
God damn it.
Super off-road telegames.
I was
he
right.
also disliked the Genesis, NES, and SNES.
No!
I was right. God, we've come so close.
I did not remember there being a Super off-road on Genesis.
Neither did I. I was guessing.
Me neither.
Or not on Genesis, but on Lynx.
Lynx, no.
Oh, man.
Minus 12.
Okay. Let's do Danyan for 4. Turbo Duo.
Ooh.
Role-playing games have always been my favorite type, but this game is nothing to get excited over. Sure, it has a long and twisting plot, but the aggravatingly slow play and constant barrage of enemies nearly every step you take. The music would really help the score if the game didn't have so many faults. id, the only system you own, is a duo, and you must have an RPG, then check this out, but beware.
Let's see, Cosmic Fantasy.
4 out of 10. Cosmic Fantasy is what I'm
4
thinking.
out of 10. Cosmic Fantasy
2?
2. Because I don't think Cosmic Fantasy 1 came out here.
Yeah.
So there was Cosmic Fantasy 2. I liked Cosmic Fantasy 2.
My E's book 1 and 2.
Nah, it wouldn't have been
That
Ys.
doesn't make sense.
Constant
No.
barrage of enemies nearly every step you take. Okay.
No.
Do you think it's a working designs game, though?
Well, I'm trying to think what
I
other...
feel like it would be just because we're talking about April, May 1994.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what other RPGs working designs
be
put out on
Exile.
that.
Exile?
Exile's like a action
Like a
RPG
side-scrolling
though.
one,
That's
though.
side scrolling, yeah. Honestly, was Cosmic Fantasy 2 the only like actual kind of turn-based RPG that Working Designs did on the Turbo? I'm trying to think what other RPGs there were.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ugh.
That's the only one that came to mind.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well. But I don't know. I would imagine that Cosmic Fantasy 2 would have scored higher, but
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of any others at the.
I can't either.
Yeah,
All right. Let's reveal Might and
Might
Magic,
and Magic 3. Yeah, we wouldn't have gotten. We
No.
would not have gotten
Minus
that.
1,600.
Oof.
How many points?
There won't be enough points left. There's
There's
2,000,
There's enough.
33, 32 left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go Major Mike Wagon for 4. This one's for 3DO. A very original title where you must defend your land by building traps, moats, etc. from a band of
Oh,
killers.
this is easy.
named- This is the
Yeah.
same name as the game. It's the Horde, right?
Yeah.
This is a nice blend of action and strategy and thrown in with some hilarious cinemas. Very well done. 8 out of 10. It has to be.
The Horde.
Kirk
Gotta be the Horde.
Cameron's starring vehicle.
You know what? I remember I have this game, and I remember a lot of the magazines really liking it, and I hated it.
Oh, really?
I never played it, but I remember everybody liking it.
My boss at Babbage's, who was a big 3DO junkie, loved it.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people do.
The Horde is
There
correct.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we got one.
Negative
Minus
1,200.
1,200.
We're on our way back.
Let's ruin it. Let's go Al Manuel for 4.
CDI.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here we go.
no.
Wait, arcade. I think I know this one.
This is one of the most faithful arcade translations for any system ever.
Yes.
This game comes out true to the arcade version in every way. All the animations from the scenes have been ported over to the CDI with amazing color and clarity. The voiceovers and music are a direct digital transfer from the Laserdisc.
Oh.
The only problem is that the game is a little easier with a larger margin of error to make your moves. 7 out of 10.
I
Is it
think it's
Dragon's Lair?
Dragon's Lair?
2.
2?
Or 2?
Oh,
Time, was that called Time Warp?
Time Warp,
Yep.
yeah.
Time Warp is Dragon's Lair
I think
2.
It's that. So I started working at EGM in 1994, and when I started working there, they were high as hell on the CDI version of
Wow.
Dragon's Lair.
Okay.
There we go.
But it is
Specifically Dragon's
it is
Lair
2.
2.
Okay.
Because it used the MPEG card for
Oh,
the
right.
CDI and it looked
So it
beautiful.
looked really nice.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to say Dragon's Lair 2 Time Warp and then be upset if it's not correct.
It'll be like Space Ace.
Space Ace.
Space Ace!
Space Ace.
Space!
Space Ace! Space Ace! Space Ace!
Fucking Space Ace! God damn it! What the fuck?
What is going on? What is...
I
Why
was
do we
so
even hang
sure.
out with you guys?
I was so sure of Dragon's Lair. It must have been after this, though. They were super. Anyway.
Oh,
Oh, God.
no. Oh, there it
Oh.
is.
All right, we're at minus 1,600 points.
1,600. there are only 1,500 points left on the board, so we are absolutely ending
2,500.
I'm sorry. There's 25. I'm sorry. Yeah. So we can still win.
We get this one wrong and we're screwed.
I mean, we won't. We absolutely won't. But
we can't get one more wrong.
Okay.
We have to get all.
The odds. Is it mine?
No, it's Phil's.
That's mine. Okay, we'll finish up Ed Semrad for 5. Genesis. This game reminds me of the golden age of Genesis shooters. Golden age, Genesis, and shooters are all capitalized there. This game would easily be the cream of the crop a few years back, and by today's standards, rates right there. Unlike a lot of shooters, this one gives you a constant challenge from beginning to end. The graphics are top-notch, with power-ups that are really helpful. The sound of your shots is extremely annoying, but it's a minor flaw. 8 out of 10.
This could be anything.
It absolutely could.
Absolutely could be anything.
Could it be Gaiaris?
No, Gaiaris was way before 1994.
Oh, was it really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about Lightning Force?
Could be Lightning Force. It could be
Biohazard Battle.
What about that Victor Kai shooter?
Which
one? The two women.
Oh, Troubleshooter.
See, that's what I mean. It could be
was earlier than this, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty sure Troubleshooter was earlier. Boy, did you know in Japan there is a sequel to Troubleshooter on the Mega Drive?
I didn't know that.
And look it up. It is stunning looking, and it's also stupid rare and stupider expensive. And Steve. Greg's laser active buddy Steve actually bought a copy for some ridiculous amount of money. Yeah, yeah, and of course he got one that's like super minty.
All right, what do we think this is?
I'm okay with saying Lightning Force.
Lightning Force or Biohazard Battle? It's got to be one of those, right?
Well, pick the one and it'll be the other. So,
Lightning.
You know what?
Force.
You know what? I have a feeling.
Yeah.
And here's me messing it up. Here's me guaranteeing that it is Lightning Force. I would imagine, especially if Andy is the one reviewing this, that there would have been a reference to it being a Thunder Force game. Because Thunder Force 3 was such a seminal Genesis shooter that Andy, of all people, assuming he wrote this review for Ed, would have made that connection.
But what about the sound of the shots being annoying? Is that
I don't remember.
Enlightening?
I don't remember. So I would almost lean towards Biohazard Battle if these are our two choices, because I would think that there would have been a mention that, this is a sequel to Thunder Force 3.
You're right. Let's say Biohazard Battle.
Okay. Here comes Lightning Force.
Yep.
Gridstormer.
The hell is
Grindstormer?
Grindstormer.
What is Grindstormer?
It's a shooter that came out by Tengen. That's very, very good apparently, and I think it's pretty rare too.
What is it?
Grindstormer.
Stormer. I'm looking this up just because I want to see the box art here. If I remember this vaguely, okay. Well,
toe plant shooter.
We've lost. Oh, is it really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, spiritual successor to Slap Fight, which was on the Mega Drive Mini.
I remember that box art. Okay, who's next? Who read that?
That was
we're at minus 21 point, minus
CJ's
2,100 points, so we can't win now.
We can't win.
All right. Well, maybe we can get closer to 0.
Get to minus 100.
We are in our Kobayashi Maru.
Let's go Major Mike Wygand for 5. This one's for Super Nintendo. This is like an old classic arcade game. Using a first-person perspective, you zip around and fire at targets. One major problem is you can take several hits before even getting an enemy in your sights. 6 out of 10.
So wasn't there some, because I'm guessing the classic old arcade game is Battlezone they're talking about. And I seem to remember that there was some sort of first-person tank game.
Yeah,
on the SNES.
Battle Tank? Super Battle Tank?
Battle Tank. By Absolute Entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is a 94 game. It might be.
That's right. That was Super Battle Tank, right?
I was thinking Faceball 2000, but
I
don't know why. Zip around and fire at targets.
But Faceball is not like a classic old arcade game.
Kind of like Pac-Man-ish.
Yeah, I guess that's
Maze.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Classic arcade game.
I actually, the way that's phrased, now I'm starting to wonder if it is
Faceball.
Yeah, because it's like, it's an old classic. It's like an old classic arcade game, but it's using a first-person perspective, which is kind of a roundabout way of saying, hey, this is like, 3D Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's either.
It'll be the one we.
It'll be whatever one we don't guess, right?
Right.
So what's the consensus?
Or it'll
here?
be like Grindstormer again.
Super Battle Tank.
But yeah, and you know what? And again, I'm leaning towards Faceball because if it is Super Battle Tank, instead of saying this is like an old classic arcade game, they would say this is an updated version of the classic arcade game.
Yeah.
So
Faceball 2000.
I think I'm leaning towards Faceball.
Greg, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Faceball, but I would say that if it is Faceball, wouldn't they have mentioned the Game Boy game?
They would have. You're right.
But also Major Mike had like super tiny
That's true.
space where he probably couldn't get into that detail.
That's fair.
Okay.
It'd be some other
Baseball.
random game.
Exactly. We're saying Faceball. Spectre.
The hell is Spectre?
Spectre from Game Tech.
Okay, I'm looking up this box art.
Battlezone.
SNES
All right.
Spectre. Boy,
Spectre.
it is like Battlezone. I do not remember that box or anything though.
That looks familiar, but I don't remember anything about the game.
No, I don't either.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Whose turn is it?
It's yours.
Mine? Okay. We're at minus 2,600 points. Let's do Sushi Extra 500. Super Nintendo. This cartoon holds up well with this game translation. The graphics are very reminiscent of the cartoon series, and the many items you have to use in the game provides a lot of diversity. A really nice mode. 7 effects too. A good kiddie game. 7 out of 10.
Okay. Cartoon game. It's not Tiny Toons. Because that didn't have items.
Tiny Toons. Animaniacs?
I don't think that had items either, right?
I don't think so.
I didn't play that one as much as I
played that in my
you played it recently
thing last year, and I don't remember it having items to use.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be like the Flintstones.
It's going to be like Rocco's Modern Life or something.
Well, we already had the Rocco's Modern Life.
That's what I'm saying.
About Rugrats.
I don't think there was a Rugrats SNES game. One of the Ren and Stimpy games? I don't remember those having a lot of items in them.
I never played them.
They were terrible. They were all terrible.
Really nice mode 7 effects.
Yeah, what?
It wouldn't be Bart's Nightmare, would it?
It'd be Virtual Bart, right?
Virtual Bart, sorry.
Yeah, I don't... Because Virtual Bart did have some mode 7... Or was that... Yeah, I can't remember. But I think they both had mode 7 stuff in them. But I don't... Again, the items is what's throwing me off. Trying to remember what other...
It'd be like Home Alone.
James Bond Jr. or something.
James Bond Jr.
There was a James Bond Jr. SNES game, yeah.
Should be James Bond Jr.
Trying to think what else there was. What
cartoon series of the mid 1990s?
Maybe Goof Troop.
Goof Troop. Yeah, maybe.
Goof Troop was well received
because there was people liked the Goof Troop game, and it was like it was like a Zelda style perspective. You know, it was not like a side scroller. Yeah, it was not a side scroller kind of thing. It looked kind of like Zombies Ate My Neighbor or something.
It was overhead.
Okay. You want to say Goof Troop?
Why not?
Yeah,
I really don't care because it could be anything.
Might as well. This could be anything.
Not like we're gonna win. So
Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget. I forgot
Hudson Soft. Inspector Gadget.
I forgot there was an Inspector Gadget game.
Me too.
Oh man.
I guess the many items.
Yeah, makes sense.
Bit of
makes
a hint
sense for Gadget there.
Minus
yeah.
3,100 points.
All right.
Okay.
Phil.
Okay. Let's do Daniel Carpenter for 500. Oh, a Game Boy game.
Oh, great.
Oh, good. It's a sports game. I'm not a top this type of sportsman, but what we have here is a cool game that is just getting old.
I'm starting to think Mr. Nelson got tired of typing.
For EGM's sake, I hope so.
I mean, there were typos in EGM reviews, but yeah,
I don't know. The original versions from a few years back were fabulous for their time. Although it's on the Game Boy, there's no blurring, but color really does have its place in this kind of sports game. Selection is good, and the other options really help out. I guess this would be a good game to take with you on a trip. At least you'll get something. 5 out of 10.
What?
So it's presumably a sports game that there were other versions of previously.
You need color for.
And you want
so
color
golf?
for. I'm trying to think. Like golf is the first thing that pops into my mind for color as well.
Or tennis.
Yeah.
It says there's no blurring. So that
No
makes me think
blurring.
it's like a static screen. It's not something that scrolls.
Right.
Yeah, static screen, no scrolls, but maybe the ball would be blurring or something.
What about pool?
Yeah.
Side
like
pocket.
a side pocket or
Side
something?
pocket. Let's say side pocket.
Side
Yeah.
pocket. You want to say side pocket for Game Boy?
Might as well.
Fuck's sake.
What is
the answer-
black?
Black
Black
bass
bass.
lure fishing from Hot Bee.
Yeah. Oh, he's not a top fisherman. Is
Hot
what he-
Bee did all the hot fishing.
Well, they did all the black.
Simulation.
They were the lucrative black bass license.
Yes.
Oh my goodness!
Is this almost over? Minus 36
It is.
points.
We're
It
at
is
one
with
more.
this one. Al Manuel for 500. This one's for Game Gear.
Oh man!
We are really beaten down, by the way,
Oh yeah,
by this.
yeah.
Is all right.
My eyes just shot to the end of the review though.
I know.
and,
Mine did
and it-
too.
and it's clearly the game Greg
Feels
worked
like
on.
a dig at me.
Yeah.
I guess they'll make anything for a video game. Now they've got one for this type of card game. This game is a decent game for a card game. There are plenty of cool options to make it interesting on those long road trips. The options to play in any of 4 casinos is useless because they all look the same. I can't say much for the graphics and sound because I am not a fan of portables. That's great. Just like completely dismiss
Just blow off the
features
entire
of the game because
platform.
you don't like
Yeah.
portables.
Just another
use,
Game Gear game.
Yeah.
Just use a real deck. Is the
There it
last
is.
line there. 5 out of 10.
There it is. Just use a real deck of cards.
Yeah. Do you remember for Game Gear? I think there were 2 Sega made
yeah.
card games that
I
came out
believe-
around the same time.
I believe one was just a solitaire game, right?
I think you might be right.
And I believe it was just called Solitaire.
Yeah,
Am I
but this is
misremembering
not
that?
solitaire. This is a casino game.
But I mean, it might have had a casino setting though.
It's like Caesar's Palace. There was a
Palace is
Caesar's
good, guys.
Palace game for.
But wouldn't Caesar's Palace have like slots and stuff? Because it says
No, that's true.
because this is a game that is about one specific type of card game.
Oh, yeah. Why would you play solitaire in a casino, though?
I don't know.
Doesn't have to be a casino, does it?
Well, I mean, the game
It says
the
the
game,
options to play in any 4 casinos.
yeah.
It's
Oh.
useless.
But I mean, I don't know. I
It's
don't
like
know.
blackjack or something.
Poker.
It could be blackjack, yeah. I'd say. I mean, but it also sounds like he's kind of taken aback that they would bother making this into a video game, and it's like there have been poker video games.
That's true. And just use a real deck means you could have a real deck and just play the same game.
Right.
I love that you guys are discussing this like there's any chance we're going to get it right.
Yeah, like
Even if you pick the right game, tell me the name, tell me the title.
And all of our deep dive analyses have
Jesus.
never panned out anyway.
No, they haven't.
I still want to
Dragon's Lair 2 Time Warp.
I still want to say Solitaire.
Okay,
but
sure.
but it
Let's
might
say
be Blackjack.
Solitaire. Let's say
Okay,
It's not Solitaire, but let's say it.
okay.
What is
Poker
it's
face.
Blackjack.
Blackjack?
It's Blackjack.
From Sega. Yeah, I think they did 2
Poker Face Paul games.
Poker Face Paul games,
That
if I remember
sounds
correctly.
right.
Because I was working at Babbage's around this time, and I believe
These are the games we gutted and no one ever bought.
Exactly.
Oh, there were 4. Oh my God! Yeah, I'm looking at the.
It was a series, right?
There were 4. There was Blackjack.
Yeah, this is exactly the game that I'm thinking of.
Blackjack, gin, poker, and solitaire.
Solitaire. There it is.
Yep. But yeah, I remember. Those box arts are driven into my head because we had all 4 of them, and of course because we put stuff on display shelves in alphabetical order at Babbage's, they were all lined up next to each other.
Yep.
And nobody ever bought them.
Nope.
So that's all you were staring at constantly was good old Poker Face Paul there.
Yes.
Oh man, I forgot they existed.
Me
And
too.
yeah,
but guess what?
And the box arts looked the same, right? All 4
Basically the same. They looked very similar. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We did poorly.
We did not win.
Yeah.
By
minus 4,100 points.
Negative 4,100 points.
Yeah. This may be the worst we've ever done.
It may be.
Yeah.
That was a gauntlet right there.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Oh man. You know what's hilarious too? I'm looking at there's a Wikipedia entry just for Poker Face Paul.
Yes.
And
I'm looking at it right now.
The description of the blackjack game: the player can choose to play in 4 different casinos and select options on how they play. Yeah, and then it talks about some of those, which I'm surprised at how closely the Wikipedia description of this game
based on this review
mirrors the review. Yeah.
Right.
Oh boy.
Yikes. Well, anyway, we lost.
We
Big
did.
Time.
Big.
But I want to say thank you to Mr. Nelson for sending in this review game, even though we lost, and it was a bit of an ordeal, really.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great
Oh,
fun.
Man. Terrible.
If you, dear listener, have an idea for a game that we can play during the after show, you can email that to player1podcast@gmail.com. Maybe it's a Jeopardy style game. If it is, you could use jeopardylabs.com to construct it and send me the URL. Then we can play it on the show and all of us can have fun playing your game.
Woo!
Yes. And
Excellent.
I want to thank everybody for supporting the show. Hopefully you have enjoyed these after shows. We do enjoy making them even when we lose.
Yes.
badly.
And I want to say to everybody, please stay safe. I hope that your family, friends, loved ones are all still safe. Please consider getting vaccinated. And I hope to talk at you all again next week.
Bye.
Bye.